Hi, this is a general reading for the sign of Libra for August 2016. I just like to thank everybody for the support you give my channel, liking, sharing, subscribing, and commenting. I'd also like to thank the people that gave me the opportunity to do private readings for them. Thank you so much for that. I've been shuffling off camera, but I'll just continue shuffling while we chat for a wee bit. The feelings I'm getting for you, okay, some people may be feeling a heavy burden or like mental distress or disappointments they've had to deal with. But I feel as if those of you that are going through these difficult times are going to find out who your loyal allies are. I feel as if this is a time to let go of things that no longer serve you, as the old ways break down in order for the new ways to come in. And I feel as if it's a time where you'll see like who's behind you and who's not. For some of you, there might be like chaos about you. This is a test of your strength, and you are strong enough to get through it. I think you just need to learn to roll with changes. I feel like some of you need to watch who that you're confiding in, who you're trusting and who you're confiding in. So just be careful about what you're telling people. Some of you are feeling let down or in a state of emotional crisis, and I feel that this isn't going to last long. This period's going to pass. But I would also like to say, like, if you're in that emotional state, then please don't be afraid to seek necessary guidance, be it a therapist or a GP or even a family member or a friend that could talk you through that. But I feel for some of you out there, you have hit a point where you are feeling kind of like at a crisis, and it isn't as bad as you think it is. For some of you, I feel as if you've been in a really difficult relationship, and I feel that for some of you that's going to end soon. For others, the relationship might be saved. I think it's going to take a bit of communication, maybe a mentor or, you know, like a mediator, sorry, not a mentor, a mediator, somebody that can sit in the middle and just like communicate the differences to clear the air. I feel that you kind of need to avoid arguments at this time and keep your tempers in control. For some of you, there's money issues going to arise, and there's some major decisions need to be made. You need to avoid get quick rich schemes. They don't work. They're a con. For some of you, you're going to have to watch your bank balance and stick to the budget, because a few of you will be getting extra bills through that you weren't banking on coming. But I feel as if you will get through this. You'll need to make changes, and this will like make you stronger than you ever thought you were. Some of you will be ready to take on new projects. Or rebuild old projects that have got used to this place, and I feel as if you're going to have a more positive outlook after it. As I say, those of you that feel as if you are sinking a wee bit deep into the water, don't be afraid to seek some help. That's what people are there for. Even a friend that you could just chat to and get things out in the open and get feeling a wee bit more positive about stuff. We'll see what your cards have to say. Yeah, the cards just say exactly what I was just saying to you there. At the centre of the reading, for some of you, you have been heartbroken. For some of you, I feel as if there is a relationship that just isn't going to fix. And I don't think, I think you know you have to leave the relationship, but I also know that it's not easy for you. I think it's took a lot of thought. I think you've looked at it every way to try and fix it, and it's just not happening. Crossing your card, you've got the Eight of Pentacles. The Eight of Pentacles says to me that you've been working really, really hard. And I feel as if for some of you, this will be an actual work, a project, a job, whatever. You've been working really hard to get something complete. But for others, I feel as if this is your partnership or marriage and you've put so much work into it and it just still is not working for you. So I do feel as if for some people they'll be walking away from a marriage. For others, I feel as if this work is going to pay off because underneath you've got the Four of Wands. The Wands are an action card. This is kind of like the marriage card. I don't know if you can see that. It looks as if two people are here getting married underneath this canopy thing. But the Wands are an action card. It's taking action. It's moving quickly. And the number 4 signifies stability, organisation and planning, structure, a good foundation. So for some of you, this blimp that has happened in your relationship has set the foundation for you to move forward. And I feel as if the energy coming in from the past, like July energy coming in, you've got the Three of Pentacles. The Three of Pentacles speaks to me of nearly completing a project or nearly completing something, like an apprenticeship. So you're nearly completing it. This can also signify a proposal for some of you that were going through a really hard patch and you had worked hard on your relationship. I feel as if someone proposed to you, and although that didn't fix it, it proved to you that they were committed, and that's moving forward. That's what you were looking for. You were looking for that commitment. And for those of you that it couldn't work out, I feel as if that's opened doors for you, for a new foundation for you to move forward. In your present situation, you've got the Eight of Swords. The Eight of Swords talks about your own thoughts taking over. It's like the ego card, so it's things that people have maybe said to you. It could be things for your childhood that you were told you were maybe not good enough or you couldn't do it, or too fat, too thin, too not smart enough, not pretty enough. All these thoughts that come up into your head and cause this self-entrapment. And if you've split up with someone recently, or you're thinking about splitting up with someone, obviously that's a hard time and you are up in your own head, struggling with stuff. For others of you, I feel as if when this person's asked to marry you and you've accepted, you've started thinking to yourself the what ifs. What if we end up back in that place? What if it doesn't work? What if, and my advice is that you just have to, if you've said yes, you wanted to be in that position. So it's about getting out of your own head and looking to the future and not what if it happens, just living for that minute and taking it as it comes. For your future position, you've got the Hierophant. Again, the Hierophant is about tradition. It's about balance. It's a number 5, but I don't feel with the Hierophant it's about conflict. I feel with the Hierophant it's about opportunity to change. It's about challenging opportunities, but it is an opportunity to change. It's also about getting yourself in balance. So just what I was saying about this card here is like mind, body and soul needs balanced. The Hierophant is about things that you were taught as a child. It's about your morals and your values, what parents taught you, teachers, maybe ministers, priests, grandparents, parents. So all of these things that you were taught um, are playing a part in what you've got here. This can also mean marriage. So for some of you, I would say that there will be a wedding. Um, in the position of yourself, you've got the Nine of Cups. The Nine of Cups signifies to me emotional happiness, but it's a nine, so it's coming to fruition. It's an attainment, it's near completion, but the 10th cup would be complete. So to me, this is saying that some of you still don't have the full element of trust, and this is self-work that needs done. This is looking deep inside yourself and, you know, positive affirmations about yourself. Get your self-esteem up, get your self-confidence back up, you know, because like 9 full cups is pretty good when there's only 1 cup there that isn't making you happy. So yeah, I feel for some of you it's about getting all your positive affirmations done, that you are good enough and that you know things are going to be good, and don't look at it, the negative stuff that's went on in the past. If you decide to stay with somebody moving forward when stuff has happened, you have to be able to totally let that go, because if it comes that the next argument you have, all this stuff gets dragged back up and through in their face, you know, that is not going to work. So if you decide, you know, you have a choice, leave them or stay. So if you decide to stay, then you're letting go of it all. It's a clean slate. It's wiping it clean and moving forward. So there's no, you know, you can't just keep dragging stuff up to the past. You might have issues where you need to learn to trust again and all this stuff, but that's your personal issues that you have to deal with internally. Um, that's not to be thrown in their face. And as I said at the very beginning, for some of you, you will really struggle to deal with these issues. So, you know, don't struggle, speak to somebody, go, if you need to go get a therapist, if you need to, you know, a marriage counsellor, or even just a friend, to talk things through, because sometimes it's just looking at things from a different perspective. Because when we think of the word fair, right, we only see fair from our point of view. We don't see fair from their point of view. We don't even care about the fairness of their point of view. We just see the injustice that's been done to us. So sometimes we need somebody else to point out that there was an injustice on both sides, and then we need to claim back what we done, wear it, apologise for it. It makes them claim what they done, and then you get onto a place where you can chat without throwing things at each other. So other people in the environment, other people see that you've had a hard time. Other people can see that life has given you battles, but other people can also see that you're in front of them. All these battles are behind you. You've came out a bit battered and bruised, but you have won. You've defeated all this stuff that's been up against you, and you're standing strong in front of them. And this is how other people are seeing you. And for some of you, I probably think that's why other people don't see that you have an underlying emotional problem like sadness or, you know, trust issues or anything, because they see you as this strong person that's battled through all of these things and is still standing. So that's why I'm saying you have to actually tell people what's going on with you. You have to tell them that you're not coping, or that you need to seek somebody to speak to, or whatever. And your hopes and fears, you've got the Moon card. Now, I would say this was a fear for some of you. You are frightened that you are going to be deceived again. You're frightened that there's going to be deceptions. And again, it's about trust. It's about learning to trust, and that's a slow process. I think you do get there in the end, but it just takes time. Everybody takes time to heal. For some of you, you could be going travelling. There might be delays on your journey, but you will get there. Just not as fast as you thought you were going to. But for some of you, I feel as if this is you looking at yourself and it's your shadow side, because the sun is your light side and the moon's your shadow side. So, you know, I think sometimes we have to look at how we fueled the fire and things. So I think for some of you, you are taking a long look at yourself and realising what input you had on the situation and how you affected it. And then you're just going to claim that and start working through that. As I say, for some of you, you're heading for a slow process, but you are going to get there in the end because your outcome card's the Lovers, which is great as the outcome. This is long term. This is, this is like mutual respect. This is, for this to end up a kind of love relationship reading, this is a great card to have at the end, because those of you that are going to work on your relationship or marriage, you're getting to the end and these are the Lovers, which is a long-term contract. Those are yous that have walked away from a situation. I feel as if by the time you work on yourself to get over everything that happened in that relationship that you walked away from, there'll be someone else coming in for you. And this will be a long-term contract, a long-term love. It's not going to be like one night stand or friend with benefits or anything. This is going to be somebody that's totally interested in you. For some of you that I was talking here about, you working very hard at a job or an apprenticeship, there could be a certificate coming to you. There could be an award of some sort or a public recognition, which could lead to a long-term contract. Obviously not Lovers, but partnership, a new position or a partnership or a job. And that would be a long-term contract. I think that's all I'm seeing for you this time. I hope you've enjoyed the reading and I hope some of the messages have resonated with someone. Again, thanks very much for all the support you give my channel, and I'll be back with another reading for you soon. And I'll leave it there today. Sending you blessings. Thank you. I'll speak to you again. Bye.